a single directed wind, it can be a very destructive element. If you have a multiplicity of wind directions, they can minimize the dangers of each other and can be a benefit for humanity rather than a form of punishment. And that's why usually singly directed winds are instructed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as a means of punishment for certain people, like the people of Ad, for example, and we will come to that inshallah in another episode.
We know that when there is a punishment, there must be like a scientific reason for moving the wind.
Yes.
I mean, we know that the pressure, maybe it is a pressure that controls the direction of the wind. But what controls the speed of the wind? Is it the pressure as well?
You see, the pressure plays a role in the speed of the wind. But again, the state of the area where the wind is directed. You see, if you are moving from a high pressure zone to a low pressure zone, the difference in pressure is a very important factor in shaping and directing the speed of the wind. If the two zones are almost equal, you see, then the movement will be very slow. But if the gap between one area and another is great,
faster,
the speed will be very high.
But, sorry,
yes,
small question. We know that water comes from the wind. It's composed of two
water comes
atoms.
from the wind?
So, sorry, I mean from the air, from two atoms of hydrogen and oxygen. Is it possible that the amount of water could increase on the expense of air, or the reverse?
No, because you see the percentage of humidity in the air is very small, but it's very essential for life. If you live in a completely dry air, one would die, because he will start losing the water in his body to that dry air. And that's why one of the great mercies of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the humidity of the air. And this humidity is something in the range of 0.0002%, for example. It's very, very small, but it's very essential for life.
Okay. Zabihullah.
Yeah, my question is, Professor, in some areas we notice that when clouds come, so after that we see that winds are coming and push these clouds from this area. Maybe there is some reason for that. The rain is not useful for that land, or what would be the wisdom?
You see, people usually when they see cloud coming, they have the glad tiding, that the rain will come, you see. But nobody can control it.
Yeah.
It may come to your place and then pass you and go and drop somewhere else. So really, we as Muslims have to believe 100% that the only power that can send down rain is the power of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And no other factor can have any saying in that. Wallahi, I was traveling once in a plane within America, the USA, and by the grace of Allah, I found next to me immediately was a professor of climatology. And I asked him that question. Can you really control rain? He said, no. He said, until this moment, although we have very many information about how rain is formed, we cannot control it, and we do not know many other factors which are hidden to us up until this moment. So nobody can control rain dropping from the sky other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Okay, another question is, does the rainwater contains the same minerals like the groundwater have, or is it that much useful for drinking as the groundwater?
I can't follow you clearly.
Please repeat your question.
Yeah, the question is that does the rainwater contains the same minerals like the groundwater?
No, definitely not. The Qur'an says repeatedly, وَأَنزَلْنَا مِنَ السَّمَاءِ مَاءً مُبَارَكًا وَأَنزَلْنَا مِنَ السَّمَاءِ مَاءً طَهُورًا. We have sent down from rain a blessed water. We have sent down from rain a purified water. And nowadays the groundwater, the more it remains in the ground, the more it will dissolve salts. And it can reach a degree of salinity much greater than the seawater. See, by the passage of time. See, but the rainwater is absolutely free, fresh water. And scientists admit today that the purest water in nature we know of is the rainwater.
Right.
The purest water we know of is the rainwater. And of course you can distill water and get 100% purity. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sends that rain with the least amount of salts out of the solvent chemical compounds in it. And that's why he shows his bounties upon us. وَأَنزَلْنَا مِنَ السَّمَاءِ مَاءً طَهُورًا. We have sent down to you from the sky a purified form of water. And this is a blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
So rain is actually a form of distillation, right?
It's a process of distillation, but of course, as the rain is coming down, it can dissolve some of the chemical compounds in the atmosphere. And that's why Allah in Surah Al-Waqi'ah, you see, says, أَفَرَأَيْتُمُ الْمَاءَ الَّذِي تَشْرَبُونَ أَأَنْتُمْ أَنزَلْتُمُوهُ مِنَ الْمُزْنِ أَمْ نَحْنُ الْمُنزِلُونَ لَوْ نَشَاءُ جَعَلْنَاهُ أُجَاجًا فَلَوْلَا تَشْكُرُونَ. He says, do you see this water which you drink? Were it you who caused it to come down from the clouds? It's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. أَأَنْتُمْ أَنزَلْتُمُوهُ مِنَ الْمُزْنِ أَمْ نَحْنُ الْمُنزِلُونَ لَوْ نَشَاءُ جَعَلْنَاهُ أُجَاجًا فَلَوْلَا تَشْكُرُونَ. Without being thankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah, if He wills, He can make it impotable, completely impotable. And imagine if the percentage of carbon dioxide or sulfur dioxide is increased a fraction of 10,000 in the atmosphere, rainwater could have never been suitable for drinking. It would have been virtually impotable. And in many industrialized countries, we hear about what they call the acid rain. You see, due to the excess amount of carbon dioxide or sulfur dioxide or nitrogen dioxide in the atmosphere, the rain comes acidic. And they call it acid rain. And this acid water can kill plants, can kill humans, can kill animals, because nobody can drink it. It's virtually impotable. And that's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is showing His bounties upon us by sending down rain in a purified form, and He calls it ماء طهورا ماء مباركا, blessed water or a purified water.
Professor Zaghlol, sorry, Zabihullah, if we move back to the topic, the different types of winds and the levels of winds, and the standard leveling in the wind.
Of course, you see, wind near the surface of the earth is definitely more effective than wind in the upper layers of the atmosphere. And you cannot have wind above the troposphere zone. Wind is usually in the lower atmosphere or the troposphere, a distance of 8 to 18 kilometers above sea level, no more than that. Because you cannot get anything due to the drop of pressure as you go high in the atmosphere.
Yes. Okay, your question?
Yeah, so my question is, because of pollution nowadays, the water is not, the rain is not going to pollute it in while it's coming.
It is polluted, definitely. The more you pollute the atmosphere, the more polluted the rainwater will come down. Because part and parcel of the process. You see, if you pollute the atmosphere, you are bound to pollute the rain. And the dropping down of acid rain in highly industrialized countries is a product of this. You pollute the rainwater.
All right, Professor Zaghlol El-Naggar, thank you very much for being here. It was a very informative episode. It was a pleasure to have you. I also like to thank Abdurrahman Ismail and Zabihullah Karim for being here with us. Dear viewers, with this we come to the end of this episode of Quran Science. See you in the coming edition. Thanks for watching. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.